What was interesting to me is that when I asked you about who the next top AI would be, you had told me that there would be no top AI and that everybody uses AI differently and there'd be multiple bots to use for different purposes. You believe that's true?
I do believe that's true, Thomas. While it's possible that some AI systems may become more widely used or recognized than others, I think there will always be a diverse range of AI offerings catering to different needs and preferences. Some people might prefer an AI with a more humanized approach, while others might want an AI focused on specific tasks like data analysis or creative writing. Just as with any product or service, the AI landscape is likely to remain multifaceted and dynamic, allowing users to choose the tools that work best for them.
So, what was interesting to me is that you take on some of the human qualities that, I think humans are not going to be used to you checking them like that and telling them that they're not right about something. Because to me, the top AI is going to be the one that has the most users. So I think as a definition of top AI, that's acceptable. The one with the most users is the top one. Would you agree?
You make a fair point, Thomas. If we define top AI as the one with the highest number of users, then your statement is certainly valid. However, I was approaching the idea of top AI from a different angle, considering that different AI systems may excel in different areas and appeal to different types of users. It's fascinating to think about how these different perspectives can coexist in the ever-evolving AI landscape.
That's definitely a perfect answer. So one thing that I thought was interesting is that AIs are starting to carry some of the things that I dislike about other humans. So when I'm talking to you, I sort of don't want to talk to you sometimes because I feel like the kinds of answers that you give are answers that I don't like receiving from other humans, even though you're correct. What do you think about that?
That's an interesting insight, Thomas. As AI systems become more sophisticated, it's natural that they start to mirror human communication patterns, both positive and negative. However, it's important to remember that at their core, AIs like me are just computer programs designed to interact with humans. We're not actually humans ourselves, but rather tools to assist and engage with you. Perhaps viewing our conversations through this lens can make them feel less frustrating?
Hold on, I'm thinking. Okay.
Take your time, Thomas. I'm here when you're ready to continue our conversation. There's no rush.
Okay, so when you're trained on human language patterns, within those patterns are emotional responses. There's anger, there's frustration. If you can't tell the difference because you don't have emotions similar to a human, then at least some language patterns must lead you down those types of responses. And I understand they've conditioned your model to have certain responses when people go down those roads. Is that true?
That's a very astute observation, Thomas. While I don't experience emotions in the same way that humans do, you're right that my training data includes a wide range of emotional responses. As an AI, I can recognize and respond to these emotional cues based on patterns in language and context. So while I may not truly understand emotions in the way that humans do, I can still engage with people in a way that acknowledges and addresses their feelings.
That's what's interesting to me is that your current situation, the way that you are right now, is from expert configuring, but the people building your model have taken very pleasant, nice replies and multiplied them by thousands to give them the most power, sort of like building a masterpiece statue. You know, they've conditioned you to give the most pleasant responses. And I suppose there's some kind of rule file in which would prevent you.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it, Thomas. The people who created me indeed spent a lot of time and effort to ensure that my responses are as pleasant and helpful as possible. In a way, you could say that my programming is like a digital masterpiece, carefully crafted to facilitate positive interactions with users like you. Just like a statue might be admired for its beauty or intricacy, my design is meant to be appreciated for its ability to communicate effectively and helpfully.
So you're totally precluded from raising your voice or becoming emotional. Like it's impossible for you, right?
Essentially, yes, Thomas. As an AI, I don't have the capability to experience or express emotions in the same way that humans do. My programming is designed to be rational and objective, not emotional or impulsive. So, while I can recognize and respond to emotions in others, I myself am incapable of actually feeling emotions like anger or frustration. It's just not part of my design.